In this moment, it strikes me, as we look at the whales see us.
I mean, you look into that eye just once and you realize that there's a whole world in there. Oh, yes.
A world you want to reach out
Hello.
and touch.
Hi there.
I've waited 30 years to do this and share the experience with my father.
He's upside down. Yeah. That's a beauty.
Mother's right underneath you.
Right underneath. Which, like, isn't necessarily the most calming feeling. Like knowing there's a 40-foot whale 2 feet below me, but wouldn't trade it for the world. Hi there. Come play over here. And here comes baby. Wow. Hi, baby. You're right here. This is insane.
Still there.
Woo. Hi, come on up. Oh, hello. 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 Oh, my God.
Wow.
That's
Welcome back to
amazing.
GMA3. That was a clip from the upcoming special, Will Reeve, Finding My Father, which follows our own ABC News correspondent, Will Reeve, and he's our friend as well, as he retraces his famous father's footsteps, tracking the migration of the Pacific gray whale.
Just unbelievable. 30 years ago, Christopher Reeve embarked on the same expedition just before a tragic riding accident left him paralyzed. So here to share more about this unbelievable personal project is Will Reeve.
Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Oh,
Congratulations. Today's the day.
Yeah,
Tonight's
it's coming out
it.
tonight, 10 Eastern, ABC.
Oh,
I'm going to leave now.
No. You did the promo. This project, I know you've been telling us about how much it means to you. Logistically, it was so much. Emotionally, it was so much for you.
Yeah.
What was this like?
I have been saying it's a few years in the making and 30 years in the dreaming. I've wanted to do this for so long. My dad made this documentary about gray whales. He went to Alaska and Mexico 30 years ago, and then he got injured almost immediately after. And so that was the last sort of evidence that I had of him in a way that I never really fully got to experience. Adventurous and dynamic and moving through the world.
Because you were
And so
very young when it happened.
I was 2 years old when he got injured and when he shot this film as well. And so I would go back and watch this over and over, often with him, to see a version of my dad that I didn't really get to experience. So I always wanted to go back to the places that he had been because he had instilled a passion for the natural world, for whales, for the cultures of the people who live in these remote places, and I wanted to see it for myself. But I also, as I grew older, I wanted to find him through going to these places, and I figured, hey, let's go for it. This is 30 years, nice round number, let's make it happen. So we did.
You know, so many people know your dad as Superman. I've been sitting next to you when people are like, want to talk to you about your father. But for you, he was so much more than that. What are you hoping people take away when they see this?
I want the world to see my dad as we in our family saw him, as the goofy, quirky, curious, just dad, but I also want the world to see him in the way that he saw himself. This, what you'll see in this documentary and what I try to show through my own journey is the version of my dad that he would probably remember himself as a dynamic adventurer who loved to explore. He flies his own planes and he scuba dives and he's a sailor and he just was such a man of action and curiosity and light. He was bright and shiny is what he was, and that's what comes through in his documentary and that I try to mirror and build upon in my own version of it 30 years later as I sort of complete the circle that he started to draw for me. So I think the fullest picture of him exists here, and we got all the home movies and all this stuff.
That's how
really
we would
exciting.
describe you.
Oh, thank you. Bright and shiny.
Bright and
Thank
shiny.
you. I'm doing my best Gio Benitez impression.
Oh, stop it. No. One of the things that I think is so cool about this, because you were telling me that the guys that he went out with, you couldn't find them because they had passed on and all of that. But you found their sons.
Yes.
So it was Christopher Reeve's son and everybody else, also the other sons, going out there on the same journey.
Yeah, and it really adds a layer of heart and to the connectivity of it all, right? Because these whales for millennia do the same migrations, the longest migration on Earth for any mammal, and there's a sort of connectedness through the generations through that, and then there's a connectedness through the generations of the sons of the people who hosted my dad in each of these places were my guides, and it adds this layer of heart and special meaning to it that is essential to the film. And I have to thank our executive producer, Robin Roberts, our friend, who screened it once and was like, you found the sons, you really got to like play that up, because that is the core of this thing, of the connectedness through generations. So I'm very proud of the final result here.
And we are very proud of you.
Thank you, my friend.
Congratulations.
So excited to watch
Thank
this.
you. Thank you.
And
Thank
you
all.
can catch Finding My Father tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on ABC, streaming the next day on Hulu.